Hi, I'm Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about sporting behavior, how it was evolved, and how race, ethnicity, and sport has changed our culture and desires. So, to start off, how sporting behavior evolved. Um, so, back in the old times, sports were used as a tool to help men get better in their hunting skills. So they had sports that would, or they would race, throw things, even fight each other, I guess, to get stronger, stuff like that. Fast forwarding to the 1960s, 1970s era, that was when the whites dominated in the sports world. So during that time, basically, there was just a lot of adversity within the sports world because it was dominated mostly by whites, and people didn't want people of color playing in the sports world. And I have an example here. Jackie Robinson broke the color line in the Major League Baseball during the 1960s, 1970s time. And when he did that, other teams saw how it benefited the Brooklyn Dodgers, and how it started bringing them in money because they were getting both colored and whites as people who were coming to watch the games. So since it was bringing them in more money, that's when teams decided yes, we are against it, but because it's gonna basically bring more money and bring more people to come watch the games, that's when they decided to start bringing more blacks into their teams as well, which is obviously for all the wrong reasons, but that's when blacks started to get more involved in the sports world. Sports may also play a role in life, not only physically, but on TV, video games, and through fantasy leagues. So people think that sports are just only athletes are involved with sports, but I mean, nowadays so many people are hooked on video games, fantasy leagues, winning money and betting, and being entered in a pot to see who wins a big sporting event, stuff like that. Watching or playing sports provides an escape from stress from our daily lives. So I know people don't probably if you never played sports or anything like that, or you don't watch sports, you probably wouldn't know, but being involved in a sport or watching a sport, it can just get you out of your mind or anything that you're dealing with in life. So it helps you, it's basically just a getaway from reality. You're able to just focus on a sport or how a person's playing or how a team's playing, and it kind of just makes you not think about other things. Also, hosting sporting events can boost tourism and revenue for a city. So I know a lot of big cities, they have big arenas and places where they can host big events. So obviously that's gonna attract more money to their city and more revenue and stuff like that. Sports also can help us identify gender roles and socioeconomic issues and help frame a city's state and national identity. So basically, I know back then women weren't really big in sports, but now recently the numbers have been growing for women that have also been playing sports, and it's almost as much as men do. Sports in society are so big, the United Nations declared them a human right. I did not know that. Also, sports can also influence people to be healthier and fitter. So you see all these people who have idols, whether they're in sports or whether they're not in sports. when they're watching these people like on TV and stuff like that, they get influenced, and it makes them want to become fitter or maybe look like that person. So they're constantly in the gym working out, and they have someone to look at. Sports also, though, may have negative effects on people, and because you have those role models in such a spotlight, sometimes they may do something bad, and just because they are viewed as like such a big person in our society, they get charged harsher. That's not always the case, but they get charged harsher, so all the people who look up to them see what they're doing, and then they may think like, oh, that's okay to do that because they did it, basically. So in all, I think sports has had a big impact on our culture, just because like it brings all people together. It doesn't matter if you do play sports or you don't play sports, if you know a lot or you don't know a lot. It brings like any race, any ethnicity together. And overall, I think it's just a positively influence in this world. And I think as the sporting world grows, so will the community and people will grow together as well.